Hi, friends. I have some great books for Read Aloud this week. Today I have There's Only One You, The Selfish Crocodile, and Giraffes Can't Dance. Let's start with this one. Gerald was a tall giraffe whose neck was long and slim, but his knees were awfully crooked and his legs were rather thin. He was very good at standing still and munching shoots off trees. But when he tried to run around, he buckled at the knees. Now, every year in Africa, they hold the jungle dance, where every single animal turns up to skip and prance. And this year, when the day arrived, poor Gerald felt so sad because when it came to dancing, he was really very bad. The warthogs started waltzing and the rhinos rocked and rolled. The lions danced a tango that was elegant and bold. The chimps all did a cha-cha with a very Latin feel, and 8 baboons then teamed up for a splendid Scottish reel. Gerald swallowed bravely as he walked toward the floor, but the lions saw him coming, and they soon began to roar. "Hey, look at clumsy Gerald," the animals all sneered. "Giraffes can't dance, you silly fool. Oh, Gerald, you're so weird." Wasn't very nice of them, was it? How do you think Gerald's going to feel? Gerald simply froze up. He was rooted to the spot. "They're right," he thought. "I'm useless. Oh, I feel like such a clot." So he crept off from the dance floor and he started walking home. He'd never felt so sad before. So sad and so alone. Then he found a little clearing and he looked up at the sky. "The moon can be so beautiful," he whispered with a sigh. "Excuse me," coughed a cricket who'd seen Gerald earlier on, "but sometimes when you're different, you just need a different song." Listen to the swaying of the grass and listen to the trees. To me, the sweetest music is those branches in the breeze. So imagine that the lovely moon is playing just for you. Everything makes music if you really want it to. With that, the cricket smiled and picked up his violin. Then Gerald felt his body do the most amazing thing. His hooves had started shuffling, making circles on the ground. His neck was gently swaying, and his tail was swishing round. He threw his arms out sideways and he swung them everywhere. Then he did a backward somersault and leapt up in the air. Gerald felt so wonderful. His mouth was open wide. "I'm dancing! Yes, I'm dancing! I am dancing!" Gerald cried. Then one by one each animal who'd been there at the dance arrived while Gerald boogied on and watched him, quite entranced. They shouted, "It's a miracle! We must be in a dream. Gerald's the best dancer that we've ever seen." "How did you learn to dance like that? Please, Gerald, tell us how." But Gerald simply twirled around and then finished with a bow. Then he raised his head and he looked up at the moon and the stars above. We all can dance, he said, when we find music that we love. The end. Our next book, The Selfish Crocodile. Is it good to be selfish? Mm-mm. It's good to share and be nice to others. In a river deep in the forest, there lived a large crocodile. He was a very selfish crocodile. He didn't want any other creature to drink or bathe in the river. He thought it was his river. Every day he shouted to the creatures of the forest, "Stay away from my river! It's my river! And if you come near my river, I'll eat you up." So there were no fish, no tadpoles, no frogs, no crabs, no crayfish in the river. They were all afraid of the selfish crocodile. The forest creatures kept away from the river too. Whenever they were thirsty, they had to go for miles out of their way to drink in other rivers and streams. Every day, the crocodile lay in the sun on his great big back, picking his sharp teeth with a stick. Early one morning, the forest animals were awakened by a loud groaning sound. Something was in terrible pain. The creatures thought it must be an animal caught by the crocodile. Oh, oh. But as the bright sun came out, they saw that it was the crocodile himself who was in pain. He was lying on his big back, holding his swollen jaw and crying real tears. The creatures drew closer, but not too close. Some of them felt sorry for the crocodile. "Excuse me, what's the matter with him?" asked a deer. "I don't know," said a squirrel. "Maybe he's going to die," chirped a blackbird. "If that happens, it'll be safe to go into the river again," grunted a wild pig. Well, the animals aren't being nice. The animals thought about it. They hung from branches, they peeked through the grass, they buzzed in the air. They shook their heads as they watched the great big crocodile, but no one tried to help. Suddenly, a little mouse appeared, sniffing the air. He ran along the crocodile's tail and then onto his stomach. The other creatures stared. "Look at that mouse," chattered a monkey. "He's either very brave or very crazy," growled the lion. "He's going to be eaten for sure," said an iguana. The mouse crept along the crocodile's big neck into his open mouth. There was a hush in the forest. The mouse took hold of something and pulled and pulled and pulled. Finally, he pulled it out, put it on his shoulder, and walked out of the crocodile's mouth. The astonished creatures began to cheer. The crocodile sat up and said, "The pain is all gone." Then he saw the mouse walking down his stomach, carrying an enormous crocodile tooth on his shoulder. "Your bad tooth was giving you a toothache," said the mouse, turning around to face the now smiling crocodile. "Do you want it back?" "Oh, no, 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 no. Get rid of it, and when you're finished, come back, and I have a present for you." The mouse buried the bad tooth under a tree, and when he returned, the crocodile had a nice, juicy nut waiting for him. As the crocodile watched the mouse eat his nut, he said, "You must be very smart if you can cure a toothache, and very kind too. I am so grateful. But what should I do if my toothache comes back?" "Don't worry, I'll help you take care of your teeth," answered the mouse. Soon the crocodile and the mouse were best friends. Not long after, the crocodile sent all the animals an invitation. "Please come drink and bathe in the river. I won't hurt you. The river belongs to all of us," he said. The creatures weren't afraid to drink and bathe in the river anymore. Although the crocodile was sometimes a little grumpy, they grew to love him. And soon the river was once again full of fish and tadpoles and frogs and crabs and crayfish. The end. The last book we have today is There's Only One You. In all the world over, this much is true. You're somebody special. There's only one you. Your knees might feel knobby, your ears might stick out. Are you tall? Are you short? Are you thin? Are you stout? You might be outgoing or maybe you're meek. Whatever, it's awesome being unique. Do your feelings spill out? Do you lay low and hide? You might cry when you're sad or keep tears inside. Do you smile just a bit or laugh with a loud shriek? You're different. It's awesome being unique. Your color of skin is a beautiful sight, light as the moon or dark as the night. Your skin is so perfect from your toes to your cheeks. It's truly splendiferous being unique. Your hair might be curly or long, thick cascade, worn short in a buzz cut or tied in a braid. Your hair might be poofy or straight, smooth, and sleek. It's wild, it's wonderful being unique. When there's something to say, do you talk with your hands? Do you speak with an accent from a faraway land? Some voices are booming, and some just a squeak. Your way is the best way of being unique. Can you sing? Do you dance? Sports and drawing or fun? Good at spelling or math? Do you like more than one? Is building for you or gymnastics techniques? It's great. Celebrate being unique. You might have cool glasses that help you to see. A wheelchair or walker gives mobility. A hearing aid helps you to hear people speak. Listen, it's glorious being unique. Friends come in bunches or groups of a few, but maybe just one friend is perfect for you. Do you play with your friends once a day, once a week? It's fun. It's fabulous being unique. When it's time to dig in and learn something new, there's more than one way of seeing it through. You can work slow and steady or in a fast streak. Your brain grows in your way, being unique. Families are families, but soon you will find that each can be different, a best for them kind. You're part of a family, you make it complete. Hurrah for the ones that's yours. It's unique. In all the world over, this much is true. You're special, unique. There's just one of you. The end. I hope you enjoyed our books today. Bye, friends.